All right, it says I'm live. Welcome everybody. It's 2 hours UTC and it's time once again for Astronomy Daily Live. And look, I have a beautiful clear sky here. You know, I didn't grab my chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. If I can, I should be able to. Dun, 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 dun. Got to sing the little song
try
here.
to do that.
Nope, I can hear myself.
If I can,
Come on.
I should be able to. Dun, 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 dun. Got to sing a little song.
Pause. Good. Yes, Bobby, it's an obsession. It's totally an obsession. Totally. Trying to pop out the chat here. Of course, I get 2 of them. This mouse is absolutely crazy. It's this poor laptop is so old that if I touch the little button once, it registers as a double hit. So practically every single time I just tap on the little mouse button thing, it's a double hit, which just, you know, wreaks havoc. I think it's just a matter of changing that in the settings, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, I'm out here under the beautiful, clear Arizona sky. As you can see behind me here, the wind is calm. Now, to my west, that away, and you know, I've got this camera set sort of to auto adjust, so it's not going to be all that great. So it's going to be probably worse than what it normally is. But to my west, very very far west, like Yuma and stuff, there's a big bank of clouds, sort of moving this way, but it's sort of moving towards the east northeast. So I've got clouds to my north here, high thin clouds that are very very north, very north. They're not going to be affecting me at all. But I'm worried about this cloud bank that is coming in. So well, welcome. Anyway, this is well, for me, this is what it's all about. So, well, at least, you know, let me rephrase that a little bit. This is the beginning of what it's all about. So this is just phase 1 in the entire process. You know, collecting data is really important, and you know, scientific work follows the garbage in, garbage out rule, which is extremely important, right? If you know, regardless of how well you do in terms of processing and measuring and analyzing and all of that, if what you have coming in is garbage, then it is going to be it's going to be equally bad on the way out. So so yeah, so obtaining high quality data is really important, and it seems as though there's a good indication that the data that I am collecting is very, very high quality. I was actually looking at the data that I collected the other day, a few days ago, I guess now. And in terms of photometric precision, I'm getting about 20 millimagnitudes. So I'm consistent to about 20 millimagnitudes in terms of measurements, which that's 0.02 magnitudes. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with 50 millimagnitudes. So the fact that I'm getting less than half of that, it's like yes. So Bobby, hey, nice to see you in the chat. Atta, hey. I thought I saw Page Master on there too. Yep, Page Master, hey. Tom, welcome, welcome, welcome. Atta, hey. How are you doing? How are you doing? So yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I'm taking my flat fields for my red filter. Now I'm not actually going to be collecting data with my red filter tonight, but uh, you know, the reason why I have the camera on here constantly now is because at least the theory goes, that if I leave it on there, then I don't have to take calibration data every single time I do an Obs-Session. If I leave the configuration here, then nothing changes, and I can use calibration data from previous things. The problem with that is that if I bump this or move this or anything else, then all those old cows are useless for any new data, and so yeah. So to answer PageMaster's question and Atta, it's going to be the same two objects that I observed the other night. And okay, so downloading my last flat field. Yes. Okay. Now I can relax a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Now I've got to take the darks for these flats. So I did 2-second exposures, 3-second exposures, and 4-second exposures with the flats. Now I need to do exactly the same with the darks. So I'm taking about 20 or so of these. I'm going to go up to 30 each because why not? So I'm going to take 30 4-second exposures, darks, like that. Okay, we are good to go. So the two objects that I'll be observing tonight, provided that the clouds stay away, I've got about an hour and 20 minutes until the end of astronomical. Excuse me. Until the end of astronomical twilight. The two objects are the Eskimo Nebula, NGC 2398, 2392, I don't know, and Messier 5. So the Eskimo Nebula is a planetary nebula over in Gemini, and Messier 5, M5, is a beautiful, large globular cluster over in I think it's over in Serpens, if I remember right. I think the other night I said it was over in the constellation Ophiuchus. That's totally wrong. That's yeah. I think it's. I gotta sneeze. Oh, well, that was a pretty pretty good one, pretty good, maybe a 7.5 or an 8. So yeah, those are the two. But the difference is that the other night I looked at these two objects with the blue filter. Tonight I'm going to be looking at them with the green filter. And the the uh, um, uh, the thing about that is observing objects at different wavelengths um, allow you to start extracting some scientific, some useful science out of that stuff. Just getting single color or like broadband photometry is okay, right? It's okay. Um, and like with variable stars, like um, HW Virginis, the eclipsing binary that I've been observing it in one color is perfectly fine because I'm looking at something else. I'm looking at the dynamics of the light curve, not necessarily the colors. Um, but yeah, these two objects, of course, don't change in terms of brightness or position. So so um, uh, uh, so the next best thing is to get some color information about those. So yeah, it'll be the same thing. It's going to be about a 4-hour run, a couple hours on each object. And yeah, here's the environmental situation at the moment. You can see now that's 20.4 degrees Celsius, so it's pretty warm here still. As you can see, I'm out in a t-shirt and everything, but it will be getting down probably into the singles at least Celsius. Um, so, so Bobby, to answer your questions in terms of the SDR, we actually we set up a loop antenna, a big one, um, uh, using some coaxial cable and some connectors and stuff. Sort of tuned to the 40-meter band. And so, yeah, we were, and we looked at the signals, like coming from WWV, 10 megahertz there, with the loop, with the SDR, and looks great. We got about a 10 dB gain over the um, the other antenna he's got there. The name escapes me. The disc cone. He's got a disc cone there too, a smallish one. And the loop antenna, the entire loop is about 150 feet around or so. So a lot of gain, and yeah, looks really good. We looked at it with the SDR, and it's like, yeah, rock and roll. It's very cool. So yeah, that's sort of the game plan for tonight. Is those two objects with the green filter. Um, um, and so yeah, that's it. I in about 2 hours time, I can collect about 500 3-second images. So that's exactly what I'm going to do tonight. Um, Yeah, there are different classifications of globulars. I think it depends on mostly like density. You know how dense, how densely packed the globs are. You know, we astronomers um, are a lot like most humans. We like to categorize things. We like to arrange things in families and groups and all of that. So oh, I don't know if this if the temperature went up because I've been holding this thing or not, but it's now up to 21.4. So anyway, so I'm taking my darks and yeah, I was sitting here about an hour ago saying, should I live stream from inside the office or should I live stream from out here? Because I don't necessarily have to take cal data. Um, but oh, it's so nice out here right now and as you can see, it's darkening up and um, looking really really good. I've got my flat fields as you can see. Uh, got the I've got the T-shirt on the front of the scope, the famous T-shirt flats, which are actually the second best way to take flats. The only major disadvantage to taking these kinds of flats um, is that you have a limited amount of time because uh, of course the sun is setting. So yes, Celsius. I mainly did that because this camera is thermoelectrically cooled, and I'm asking it to cool down to -10 degrees Celsius, which is approximately 30 degrees below ambient. And that is making this camera work really, really hard to keep itself cool. So I wanted to make sure when I brought the scope out here about an hour ago or so, it was almost um, 10 degrees warmer. And so I actually set it to cool to 0 degrees C, just to bring it down. And then uh, as the sun, started to set and all that. Hey there, Kira H. Nice to see you again. Here I am out out here again doing another Obs-Session. So yeah, I cooled it down to 0 just to sort of get it there. But with uh, CCD cameras, and I think electronics in general, thermoelectric cooling, um, um, making it cool, 30 degrees below ambient is about as much as you want to push it. And there's actually an indication on here in terms of how much power it's drawing. It goes from 0% up to 100%. And it is maintaining a -10 degrees Celsius, but it's at a power capacity of 74%. So it's working pretty hard. And you gotta take care of these things. You got to treat them really really well, because if this thing goes, game over. right? So we have to treat our instrumentation well. So I took my flats. Native values there look really good. I'm taking my darks now to go with those flats. The what I want to do with these. Hey there, Lori, Lorraine. Yeah. Hey, nice to see you. Yeah, lurk away. Great to have you here. Yeah, I'm just going to babble for about the next I don't know, hourish or so, probably a little bit less than that. Just kind of waiting for it to get dark now. So ultimately, what I'm going to do with all of this calibration data is create what's called a master flat. So what I'll do is, I've taken flat fields at 3 different exposure times. So um, um, in this case, they were 2 seconds, 3 seconds, and 4 seconds. And I took a number of those, 20 or 30 each. Then I take 30, in this case, corresponding uh, um, uh, dark images. Then what I'll do, for example, is I will take the raw flat fields for, say, the 2 second exposures, and I will well, step back a minute. I will take each of the dark dark frames, the 2 second, 3 second, 4 second exposures, and I will combine those into a 2 second master dark, a 3 second master dark, and a 4 second master dark. Then I will take each of the flat fields, say now the 2 second flat fields, and I will subtract the 2 second darks. Check Me Out is going to be on tonight. In fact, she may already be on. I think she said that she was going to be going on at 8 p.m. MDT, which I believe for me here is 7 p.m. MST. So I think she's already on, and yeah, I'll probably tune into her as well as soon as this is over. So I'll take the 2 second flat. Um, um, so each of those, and I will subtract the 2 second master dark. And I'll do that for the 3 second flat, and I'll do it for the 4 second flat. Then what I will do is I will calculate the mean of each of the flats. So the average. And then what I'll do is I will divide each flat by its mean value, its average value, and that's called normalization. So I'm changing the data values from whatever they are to a value that is hovering around 1, right? The number 1, and those data values usually go from about 0.95 to about 1.05. There's about a 5% spread in those flats. Once I do that, I will combine all of those into a single image, which is called a master flat. And then I can use that to calibrate my actual science data. So yeah, it's starting to get dark. I can see Arcturus over here. There's Capella. Hello, Capella. Sirius is over here. Betelgeuse, Procyon. So yep, all the friends. It's um, yeah. Well, Atta, I pretty much do exactly the same thing. I'm there mainly for the sound and um, I I like to chime in occasionally just to sort of provide some acknowledgement of her and because I think what she's doing is absolutely great. Now, it's already starting to get a little chilly. This is the nature of the desert. It it cools off really fast. Really fast. Let's do a temperature check here. Yeah, look, we're down to 19.4. So there we go. But the humidity, as you can see, is too low to measure, which just means it's below 20%, I think, in this case. So, and that's also, of course, in the nature of the desert. A lot of people think that the definition of a desert is that it's hot. No, no. Antarctica, um, at least large parts of that continent are a desert, because the definition of a desert is that it's dry, not necessarily hot. It just so happens that it's also hot here too. But um, because I live in a very rural area here, the heat just flies off the surface of the earth really fast. Keep your fingers away from the keyboard. Yes. All right. Well, in theory, I could uh, I could go ahead and do do a skyline, a star alignment. I'm gonna be over here first, so I think I'm gonna do Capella and I'm gonna do Procyon. So why don't I go ahead and do that? And so what I'll do, and I know that this isn't the ideal situation. Um, I guess I've got to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and then I'll be able to live stream again from my smartphone instead of using this saddle laptop here. I'm going to do my part in trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and I hope that you will spread the word and continue to thumbs up this live stream. Let others know about it. From time to time, uh, I get some trolls in here, which is indicative of the fact that these um, videos are being seen by others. So I think that's a great thing. And Bobby's there, to just bam, right? But just as a reminder to my mods who have a job, um, you know, give them a little bit of a chance because these folks. I don't quite understand what their agenda is. If they're getting paid, to do it. Andy, hey, nice to see you. Look at this beautiful sky. Yes, I love it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my sky alignment. So I'm going to get up out of this relatively comfy chair here, and I'm going to get this thing tilt it up a little bit so I can get my t-shirt flat off of here, thusly. And I'll go ahead and put this just sort of behind here. Now, what did that? No, that didn't. Now, I did bring out the dihydrogen monoxide because it's going to be I'm going to be up till about midnight-ish or so. So I need a little bit of extra energy. So, cheers, cheers, cheers. Got my calibration data done. Yay. All right, so let's go ahead and get this set up to start taking. So I'm going to switch to my green filter before I forget. And last Obs-Session, you noticed that I was having some trouble with my shutter. And what I noticed is that if I simply rotated the filter wheel around, everything just sort of came back. So there's something weird going on there that I'm not quite understanding. I'm going to find out. But for now, if that is what fixes those kinds of things, then that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go into this. And the one thing that I forgot to do was change my folder where I'm putting everything. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. And let's see. 190428 in this case. Okay. I'm going to change that back to 0, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to turn autosave off for now because I'm not going to save this stuff, and off we go there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and, oh, that's kind of cute. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the sky alignment here. I think I can go fast enough. It's going to be 1932. See, I got a shutter error right away. 33. Got it. 042819. Okay. So interestingly enough, I got a shutter error right away. So I'm going to go ahead and do my little trick here and see if that fixes it. Oh, it's not. Yep, it is actually. Okay, so we go back to green. If that's the workaround right now, then that's what I'll have to deal with. Okay. All right, so let's do Capella first. Capella. So I'm going to go to select star and go down the list to Capella. And we'll get over there. Capella's over in the northwest part of the sky, of course. So that's swinging it way over here. Make sure the cables aren't being pulled too tightly. And down on my knees I go, because that's what astronomers do when it comes to telescopes. And hit enter. And I don't know if you can see my screen there or not, but there's Capella. I'm going to scooch Capella over. And let's see which way it's drifting. I don't know which way it's drifting. Looks like it's drifting straight up. Yep, So let's see, I've got to try to get it right in the middle. That's the first trick. Beautiful capella. There we go. Scooch it over a little bit, go down a little bit more. Getting pretty close. Uh-oh, I've got a kitty out here. Hello, kitty kitty. How you doing, buddy? Oh, I think I moved it a little too far. Yeah, I did. I want to be, as sort of precise with this as I possibly can. Or I guess the right term, or the correct term is accurate. So I want to try to get him, and I always say him, and it's sort of a ridiculous term, but okay, here we go. Looks like it's going to go right in the center of the screen. Yes, rock and roll, man. Bam. Okay, so now let's go over to Procyon. So selecting from the list again. Procyon. Of course, I have to focus. Also, don't let me forget to focus. Up a little bit. About there somewhere. There it is. Getting pretty good at this now. Not that it's very hard. See which way it's drifting. Looks like it's drifting that away. Oh, which way is it drifting? And that away. Okay. So scooch them over, scooch them down. Procyon. And I'll focus on Procyon as well. Once I get them centered in here. Okay, it looks like it's going to go right in the middle. Come on. Pretty close. That'll do. Alignment success. Yes. Okay, so now I'll get him sort of right in the middle. And we'll come over here. Starting to get pretty dark. Procyon, a double star. I don't know if Procyon is a visual double page master. Not quite sure about that. Okay, we're going to put on the famous Batinoff mask here. This, when I got this, I paid $26, and when I got this in the mail, I'm like, you mean that I just spent $26 for a cheap piece of plastic? Oh, come on, right? But you know what? This is probably one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Instead of spending 20 minutes, 30 minutes trying to focus, it literally takes me seconds now, right? And I sort of, take my time with it and get really fussy. Get it, as perfect as I possibly can. So you just throw it on there like that. And scooch him up a little bit. See how the focus is there. Looks pretty good, actually. Maybe I'll fuss with it a little bit. Oh, if I can get it to stabilize here a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now, fuss with it a little bit. It's really, really, really close, but you know, I might as well. Oh, that's even better. Okay. All right, I'm focused. I'm focused. Oh, here, I'll show you the, I can do this if you haven't seen a batten off mask. I'll see if I can reach over here and you can see what I'm seeing. So the idea is that this center thing here should go right in between, and it's, oh, you know what? It looks a little bit off. Let me. It's great because you can really, really fine tune this thing. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So I think we'll go with that. Okay, and that's using the green filter. Very good. Very, very good. Okay, we're ready to rock and roll. We can. I've got this laptop on, and it's really, really, really bright, but I don't care. It's I've still got. Oh wow, I've got almost an hour before it gets really, really dark. Come on, man. You know, Uncle Bill, I think that it would be extremely, extremely easy to make one of these things. Right? So I don't know if there's any kind of patent protection or anything on this or not. I don't know, but I don't know. But I mean, it's a super, super easy little pattern there, right? You've got this stuff up here, which is all the same, and then you've got these things at this weird angle. So yeah, don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna move Procyon away from the camera so it doesn't burn a hole in the camera. Which, you know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I still don't want it. Should we can look at like M37. It's over there. M37 is over there. So I'm trying to think of what else is around. You know, it's still pretty bright out here. We can go for M37 though, huh? So let me change the exposure times. Because I've been doing a tenth of a second. So I'm going to change that to like 2 seconds. And let's just go over to M37 and I'll just show you what's up with that. Because now I'm just sort of in a waiting game. I just have to wait for it to get dark. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll let this slew over. Do you see it? I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if we get any concentration of stars at all. Hey, it hit it. Pretty good. Looks like the pointing might actually be relatively decent tonight, which is always nice. Oh, you know, that's one thing after the live stream is over, I'll have to run inside and grab my charts, and so I know where to look there. So let me go to 2x2 binning here. In fact, let's just go to 1x1 just for fun. No harm in that. Scooch that over, and you all can sort of see what I'm up to here. It takes about 15 seconds to download a 1x1 image, but be able to see what's going on there. So there's believe it or not, that is M37 right there. There's the central bright star. 2-second exposures, so pretty long in between images here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, you got the bright central star there, and see, yeah, it's about as close as I can get. Sorry if this is making you dizzy. I think it'd be making me dizzy too. Let me go back to 2x2 binning. That will download a little faster, 4 times as fast, and you can see what that does. So there's a 2x2 binning. This is 382 pixels this way and 255 this way, and that corresponds to a I'm trying to line this up. That corresponds to a field of view that's 12 arc minutes across and about 9 arc minutes up and down. About a quarter of the size of the full moon there is sort of the patch of sky that we're looking at there. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. Cool. Thanks, PageMaster, for that. You're being a great resource of info, and that's always nice and always appreciated. So so keep it up, please. That's great. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, all right. Well, is there anything else that we can sort of look at? You know, we've got Alcor and Mizar up there in the handle of the Big Dipper. We can look at that. See, M13 is still a little bit low. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Ouch. Oh, that was my hand. Yeah, I'm going to put this back over here on the laptop. You know, that's exactly what happened before. Let's see if it'll come back. Not quite sure why it thinks it wants to do that, but let's see if I can turn it back on. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, that is kind of a cool shot there, isn't it? Oh, I think that should be my my screen capture for today. Look at that. That is really freaky. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything over here that we can sort of take a gander at? M46 is a little bit low. I don't think if there, you know, M35 is over there, but it's really big, so there's not much to see there. Let's look at Alcor and Mizar really quick, just for fun. for fun. And then I think I'm going to let you all go for today. We'll look at a little bit of Alcor and Mizar. One of those two. Can never tell which one is which. Let's scooch on over there. Let's see. I think I'm going to have to spin the sucker all the way around, which is okay. We're killing time here. Try to focus a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to get dark, so yeah, the focus is definitely starting to go out. So it's one of the disadvantages of these Obs-Sessions with this particular setup is that it's like once it gets dark, it's getting a little tough to go here. But let's see if I can get Alcor and or Mizar in here. Kneel to the telescope again. Be pretty close right there. There it is. So I know that you can't see much yet, but I will, let me make some adjustments to the exposure time. Definitely have to knock that down a little bit. Let's go 1/10 of a second. That, you'll definitely see that it's a binary. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Tell that that's a binary star there. Kind of hard to tell. Let's go one by one binning. That'll really separate those two stars out. Sorry for the dizzy show tonight. There comes a 1 second or a 1/10 of a second exposure, one by one binning on. I think that's is that Alcor or is that Mizar? I forget which one is which. It's one of the stars in the in the handle of the Big Dipper. This is either Alcor or Mizar. Each of those two stars is a binary star, and this is one of those. I always forget which one is which. But yeah, looks pretty good. Looks like a binary star. It's probably overexposed too. Nope, it's not. I'm getting a max value of about 36,000 or so. So I'm only about halfway when it comes to that. Looks pretty good. Look at the chat really quick. Make sure that the shenanigans are out. Anta, thanks for coming in. I will see you over on check me out, because I'm going to go over there as well. So yeah, creepy. Oh, Tom posted some stuff about Jan Oort. Cool. Interesting thing about the Oort cloud is that it's also one of those many astronomical things that have never been seen, but just theorized. So it's a reasonable explanation, I guess, for the origin of comets, but maybe there's other explanations too. Don't know. Don't know. Well, you know what, folks? I think I'm going to cut this maybe a little bit short tonight and get all set up for collecting data tonight. So yeah, I think I'm going to let you all go for today. Yeah, here it is, sort of drifting out the field of view. All right, yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here for now. Jan Oort, though, very, very cool. Oh, and there's an asteroid that's actually named after him too. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Thanks, Tom. Yeah, keep those tidbits coming in. I think those are absolutely great, and yeah, it's often makes for some pretty interesting conversation too. So, all right, everybody. Yeah, I'm going to be out here for the next about 4 hours or so. It's going to be the Eskimo Nebula first. Going to take 500 images of those, and then I'm going to take 500 images of Messier 5, the beautiful um, 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 globular cluster. Now, I've actually taken the data that I grabbed the other night, and I've stacked it, and things look really, really good. I was going to show those off tonight during the live stream, but I am here instead, so I will post those over to Discord, because those look really, really good. Hopefully, tonight's data is also going to be really, really great, because then I'll have color information on both the nebula and the cluster, and that's exactly what I want. So, okay, everybody, I'm going to get out of here for now. So, peace, cheers, and all that. Thanks so much for coming in. It's absolutely fabulous that you all come in here and check in and say hi, and are just supporting me, who has this crazy passion for astronomy and science and all things nerd. So I thoroughly enjoy this. This is great, great, great fun. It's starting to get a little chilly. A little chilly. 17.7 degrees Celsius. So it's it's relatively speaking, it's still really, really warm, but it's starting to get a little bit of a chill out here. So I've got about 30 minutes until it's completely dark. So in that time, I'm going to go back in, put on some slightly warmer clothes. I'll get a hoodie on and all of that, and should be good to go. So, okay, everybody, thank you much. I think it's supposed to be cloudy here the next couple of days. So I'll probably be back in the office because I want to show off a little bit of this data, and yeah, we'll just talk more astronomy. That's what it's all about. So, okay, everybody, peace, cheers, and all that. I will see you on the spin. I think I'm going to go over to Check Me Out's live stream over on Twitch. So Check Me Out is, I think it's CZECK_MEWT. I think. So yeah, she does. She makes some beautiful sounds, and those sounds, even through my smartphone, sound really, really, really great out here in the dark desert southwest. So, okay, everybody, peace, cheers, and all that. Thanks so much. Spread the word. Hit the thumbs up if you so desire. Spread the word. Spread the word. I want to send my passion around the world. I love astronomy. This is the greatest thing. If I could do this all the time, full time, I would do it. I would do it. So, all right. Take care, everybody. I will see you later. Bye.